sense, Alita.
It does to me, Father.
But we'll be in Camelot by nightfall.
That's precisely why I'm doing it. There's no point in discussing it, Father. I traveled to the harbor to meet your ship because I wanted to be the first to welcome you back to Camelot. It was a dusty journey, and now I need a moment to myself. You go on. Just what do you think you're doing? If I scream, my men will be here in a heartbeat. Thank you. Now give me my dress.
I'll give you back your dress on one condition. You wear it on our wedding day.
If there's a wedding day, I'll consider it.
Don't be afraid, children. This is Camelot, home of the great King Arthur.
It's Mordred, the Peacemaker!
Thank you, fair maiden. Hail to Mordred.
We don't want your kind in Camelot.
Go back to where you belong.
I belong here. Camelot is my home now.
Camelot for Camelocians, foreigner.
I'll take that. Be off, friend.
My goods!
That should cover the cost. Now be off with you.
What'd you do that for?
Idiot! You attacked this man in broad daylight like some hooligan let off his leash?
But Malden, you said...
Ours is the work of the night, Alan. And at the end of that night lies...
Yes, I know. A new dawn.
These nobles seem to have short memories, Valiant. Yes, sir. I can remember a time when Mordred wasn't so welcome here. What fate awaits him now, Your Majesty?
I have sent Mordred on a mission for Camelot. One that will take a lifetime.
But where is the justice in this? He betrayed you. Does he not deserve to be punished?
You, above all, Valiant, should know what bitter punishment it is to be forever banished from the place your heart calls home.
In the past, some men have said that I was not loyal to Camelot, that I was a traitor to our great nation, that my interests were only for myself. These judgments were founded in rumor and lies. I have here the proof of my undying allegiance to Camelot and everything it stands for. At my urging, King Olaf has signed this treaty. It guarantees that he and his Vikings will cease his wanton attacks on our northern territories. For you, Your Majesty, with my compliments. We have also forged an agreement that will assure free trade between our lands. These children of Camelot were captured and enslaved by Olaf's men. He's returning them to us as a sign of his sincerity. And the rest of those captured will be returned within a fortnight.
don't know whether to celebrate or despair, Gwyn. This treaty Mordred has forged with the Vikings appears a wonderful moment for Camelot, but I fear that in reality it is the shadow of evil yet to come. How can it be anything else with Mordred at its heart?
Whatever this trickery is, he will not succeed in it, Arthur. We will fight him with everything we have.
What's this about fighting? I thought this was a time to feast, to drink and be merry.
And to congratulate you on the great service you've done for Camelot, Mordred. Am I right, Arthur?
Majesty, you're too kind. And now, Queen Guinevere, if I might have a word with your husband.
Of course. Come, children.
Go ahead. You seem less than overjoyed at my achievements, sire.
I invited you here because I had no choice but to recognize the great victory you won in bringing us peace with the Vikings. But be clear on this, Mordred. I do not trust you or your motives.
Whether you trust me or not is of absolutely no significance, Arthur.
What is your point?
Are you so sequestered in your ivory tower of lofty ideals that you do not see what's happening all around you?
If you have a point, then get to it.
Camelot is in disarray, Arthur. We're being torn apart from within by hatred and civil strife. I'm on your side. Don't forget I once shared your vision. But your new order is no longer viable, old friend. The ideals we believed in will not endure unless we're willing to use force to back them up.
The ideals you believe in are not Camelot's. We have nothing more to say to each other, Mordred. I want you out of my kingdom no later than tomorrow morning.
I will leave Camelot. But when I return, it will be at the head of an army. And when the battle is over, I shall be king.
You are truly a bottomless pit.
Well, I won't have any more after this one.
Nor any less is my guess.
What was that for?
Because I love you.
Oh, and I love you, Alita.
Peter, you've had enough excitement for one day. Help me to my chambers.
Allow me to help King Hugo.
Unhand me, boy. I'm not a corpse yet. Come, daughter!
Forgive my father, Valiant. He seems to have forgotten his manners.
Your Majesty.
Ah, King Hugo. Your Highness. It seems I'll be leaving Camelot tomorrow.
So soon?
Arthur does not support this treaty, my lord. Arthur is on his guard. We must act soon if our cause is to prosper.
I prefer to move slowly. I am an old man, Mordred.
Need I remind you that we have an agreement, Hugo? Or have the splendors of Camelot instilled in you some new love for Arthur and his obsolete ways?
Threats and sarcasm serve no purpose, Mordred. Now step aside. Please.
Malden, this is bad business.
If you've no stomach for it, Alan, then get out of here. But if the New Dawn fails to stop this foreign plague from consuming Camelot, you'll have no one to blame but yourself.
You're right, Malden, and so is Mordred. It's time we reclaimed our homeland.
Never! Now get out of my chambers!
Please, King Hugo. Alita and I love each other. Reconsider, I beseech you.
My daughter's hand in marriage to the likes of you, Prince of Thule? What arrogance!
My arrogance is nothing compared to your ignorance. If Alita consents to be my wife, believe me, no one, not even you, will stand in our way.
Alita? The noise must have woken you too.
have to make a fire break. Valiant, Gawain, start your line at the far end of the field, and hurry, or we lose the entire fall harvest.
We need more help!
Valiant, where do you need us?
Keep cutting. We're to meet Arthur in the middle.
All right, start the backfire. Thank you, lad.
What a waste.
Hold, you two! Here, you. Give me that.
What is going on here?
Sire, the fire started on this newcomer's land. Because of him, I've lost everything.
I may be a newcomer, but my wife's from Camelot. That's why someone burned my home, and yours.
Liar!
Steady!
This fighting, this setting fires, it has to stop. It is not right, and it is not going to change anything. You, sir, would you kill this man simply because his heritage differs from yours? And would you volunteer to tell his family that he is never coming home again? Listen to me, people. This is not how we do things in Camelot. We can all get along. We must get along. Last night, we joined together, newcomer and Camelosian alike, and together we saved much more than was lost. This is our home. It belongs to all of us. We can work out our differences. And if we do not, see for yourselves what we will be left with.
Alita! Alita! There is something I must tell you.
Bear with her, Valiant. She's understandably distraught.
I'll do what I can, sire. Alita, I am so sorry. I know your father's death is a terrible blow. Whoever committed this deed will be brought to justice. I will see to it myself.
Then you need only look at your own reflection.
Sire, this is nonsense.
Silence! Kindly let the woman finish, Valiant.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Highness, I'm sure. So, as I was saying, me rheumatism was acting up again last night. It's been a problem lately, what with all these rains and all.
I'm sure it has. Now, please, just tell us what you saw.
All right, Your Grace. Anyway, I couldn't sleep a wink, so there I was, walking the halls of the castle, as I sometimes like to do.
And this was approximately what time?
Just about when all that commotion broke out about the fire, my lord.
You're fine. Please continue.
All right. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. I saw a bloke moving down the hallway away from where King Hugo, the late King Hugo, that is, and his daughter here were spending the night.
Can you identify the man?
No, sire. He was mostly hidden in the shadows, and I only seen him from the back. But he was a knight of the Round Table, and he had the look of Prince Valiant. I promise you that.
How can you be so sure?
I saw his tunic clear as day now, didn't I?
That will be all. Thank you for coming forward.
Thank you, sire, I'm sure.
Oh, Valiant. How could you?
Princess Alita, Valiant admits he threatened your father, but this is hardly sufficient proof that he murdered him.
But the chambermaid.
She saw someone who looked like Valiant. Alita, there is no real evidence.
Is this your idea of justice?
Alita, I love you. How can you believe that I could kill your father?
Valiant, I heard you. I heard you threaten him. And the chambermaid saw you leaving his room.
Alita, don't do this. I am no murderer.
If not you, then who? Which other knight of the Round Table had reason to harm my father? You are a coward and a murderer, Valiant. Now get out of my way! can't stand the sight of you.
One moment.
Princess Alita, a pleasant surprise, even under such unpleasant circumstances. Please come in. Alita, I cannot tell you how shocked and saddened I was to hear of Hugo's death. He was a wonderful man.
I didn't come for condolences. I'm here to let you know that I will support the agreement you made with my father.
But he seemed to be wavering. He seemed to be perhaps considering some loyalty to Camelot.
Yes, but I am not. You were right about Camelot and the New Order, Mordred. It is an empty sham. There is no honor here.
Then I take it you're not satisfied with Arthur's investigation into your father's death.
Arthur would rather let a murder go unpunished than take action that might threaten his New Order and his precious Knights of the Round Table. And what about you, Mordred? Are you all talk to? Or are you prepared to back up your words?
Trust me, I am more than prepared. It could not have gone any better. With each new strand, our web becomes stronger. Soon, it will be unbreakable. You've done your work well.
I tell you, Arthur's words are nothing more than the ravings of a man who's lost control. What good are his so-called ideals if our way of life is destroyed? We are sons of Camelot, and we have the right to prosper in our own homeland. And we have it in our power to protect our nation from enemies within and without.
This man, Alan, is most persuasive, Mulder.
Indeed. But then anger and fear are great motivators. He came to join us after his livestock was slaughtered by a pagan immigrant.
A pagan immigrant by the name of Malden, no doubt.
Thank you, my lord, for the treaty with the Vikings, for bringing peace to Camelot.
It's certainly ironic.
My lord?
I never thought it would come to this. Turning our own people against one another. Inciting violence. This is not what I wanted.
But, my lord, we have no other means of achieving our goals.
I know. But I deplore your methods, Malden. Even the righteousness of our cause barely justifies your sordid little deeds.
I see, Mordred. So you want to have it both ways. You want to keep your hands clean, even as you order the dirty work to be done.
In the future, you'd best keep your opinions of me to yourself.
She's gone, Merlin. I'll never see her again.
There is an old saying, Valiant, that a person should believe none of what he hears and only half of what he sees.
It's not fair, Merlin. I've been accused of murder and nothing has been done to clear my name.
So what would you have me do, Valiant?
Sire, surely you know that I did not murder King Hugo.
I do.
And you must know that the real culprit is Mordred, or else someone associated with him.
The possibility has occurred to me.
Then let me find the murderer and bring him to justice. It's the only way.
I cannot do it. I understand your grief over Alita.
But sire...
No, Valiant. You will stay here and help protect Camelot. That is all that is important now. Is that understood?
But Merlin, surely you must see. Surely you must understand.
I said, is that understood, Valiant?
Yes, my lord.
Perhaps we should have confided in our young lion.
I do not enjoy deceiving him, Merlin. But unless his reaction to Hugo's death is genuine, everything we've planned will be placed in jeopardy. The traitor who murdered Hugo is a Knight of the Round Table. Someone very close to the inner circle. The treaty with the Vikings, the civil unrest here in Camelot, and now the death of Hugo at the hand of one of my own knights. Mordred's plan is taking shape. We must tread lightly, lest he realize we're onto him.
And while we tread so lightly, where does that leave Valiant, Arthur?
Check.
But you can't just pack up and leave without King Arthur's approval. You're a knight of the Round Table.
Then I shall not go as a knight of Camelot, but as the Prince of Toulay.
Valiant, please, listen to reason.
Reason? The time for reason is long past. Now is the time for action. There's only one man who would dare orchestrate Hugo's murder while he was a guest in Camelot. I'm going to make Mordred confess, or die trying.